citizens are killed and 17 others wounded in a suicide attack in Al-Jisr al-Abyad neighborhood in Damascus. Our armed forces scored new successes in pursuing terrorists. The People's Assembly condemns the terrorist gang's crimes in Ma'loula as aiming at covering up their defeats in front of the Syrian Arab Army. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our news for today. A suicide bomber has detonated himself in Al-Jisr al-Abyad neighborhood in Damascus, killing 4 citizens, including a woman, and injuring several others. The Syrian Arab Army has tightly ambushed and eliminated an armed terrorist group near Tishreen power station in eastern Ghouta. In Damascus suburbs, the Syrian Arab Army has also eliminated all the members of an armed terrorist group in An-Nabq city, destroying large quantities of weapons and ammunition. Among the killed terrorists, Sharif al-Qadmous al-Tabaji, a terrorist gang leader, have been identified. The news correspondent has accompanied the Syrian Arab Army troops from Homs-Damascus highway in front of Wadi Saqi district. A motor gun and a large number of terrorists' headquarters and weapons warehouses were destroyed during the operation. The Syrian Arab Army troops had entered An-Nabq city through 2 axes in the direction of Wadi Saqi and Damascus-Homs highway. They liberated all the buildings on the western side as well as all the farms in Wadi Saqi. The army also defused a number of explosive devices in that region. A missile launcher was found. The western side of the highway has become completely under the control of the army. The Syrian Arab Army has tightened control on Al-Shumariya Mountains, Al-Hawa Hills, and the mountains surrounding Sahrij village in Homs' eastern suburbs after eliminating the last terrorist gatherings there. A military source says huge losses have been inflicted on the terrorists, adding that their weapons and ammunition have been destroyed and scores of explosive devices have been dismantled. Syrian Arab Army units also destroyed 2 missiles launching bases in Al-Ghasibiyya village, as well as terrorist gatherings between Ad-Dar al-Kabira and Al-Khalida villages and the area east of Al-Hussein Mosque. Boats loaded with weapons and ammunition in Qisin Gulf in Al-Rastan Lake have been destroyed. Terrorists were eliminated in western Al-Habra, Abu Hwadid, Rahum and Rasm al-Tawil villages. Terrorists' hideouts were destroyed near Al-Khadija Al-Kubra School, Saqiyat al-Dahab in Al-Qusur neighborhood, as well as in Bab Hud, Al-Warsha and Jurat al-Shayyah in the city of Homs. In Dar'a, the Syrian Arab Army has destroyed terrorist gatherings in Atman village in the governorate suburbs and thwarted their attempts to attack army checkpoints. The army has also eliminated a large number of terrorists downtown Dar'a, including Muhammad Adnan al-Masalme, Hussam Awad al-Raja al-Masalme, Yasin Hassan, and Arshidat Abazaid, nicknamed Abu Taysir. Terrorists Abu Sharaf al-Mahamid, a leader of the so-called the Islam Shield battalions linked to At-Tawheed Brigade, was wounded. Several terrorists were killed in an explosive device blast as they were trying to prepare such explosive charges in Sheikh Miskin village in Dar'a suburbs. Among the killed terrorists, Hani al-Aqaili and Muhammad Ansar al-Zarzira were identified. In Idlib suburbs, the Syrian Arab Army has destroyed terrorist cars loaded with weapons and ammunition between Ma'arat Masrin and Ram Hamdan and between Ma'ar Dibsi and Msaybin. The army also eliminated terrorists in forests near Idlib Harim Road, as well as in Iblin, Kafarlata and Sarja. The Syrian Arab Army has also eliminated Jabhat al-Nusra-linked terrorist groups in Deir ez-Zor, destroying their weapons. The army also destroyed terrorist hideouts in Al-Hamidiyeh, the ancient airport, Al-Hwayqa, Al-Jubayleh and Al-Rashidiyeh. Among the killed was Ibrahim Hani Sheikh. Syrian Arab units intercepted an attempt by terrorists from the so-called Islam Army to infiltrate into Al-Rasafi neighborhood, killing a number of terrorists, including Suleiman al-Nahar. Patriarch Yohanna X of Antioch and all the Orient for the Greek Orthodox has affirmed that detaining the nuns of Mar Taqla monastery in Ma'lula is a flagrant infringement on people's dignity and a violation of the voice of peace and prayers across Syria and the whole Orient. The People's Assembly emphasized during its session held under the chairmanship of Speaker Jihad al-Laham today that the crimes of the terrorist groups in Ma'lula are aimed to cover up their defeat by the Syrian Arab Army. Members of the People's Assembly pointed out that these crimes will not affect the steadfastness and the national unity of the Syrian people, but they will increase the determination to purge the country of the terrorists. The Assembly also listened to the answers of the Ministers of Communication and Technology and the local administration to the written questions of the members of the Parliament. In Lebanon, cautious calm prevailed in Tripoli following terrorist attacks in which Takfiris from Al-Mustaqbal movement used snipers as well as light and heavy weapons against Jabal Muhsin and its surrounding. Sniping continued to hit any moving target in the areas where clashes took place, including the international highway from the roundabout of Nahar Abu Ali into that of Al-Malule. The Lebanese government has asked the Lebanese army to take necessary measures to enforce security in Tripoli for 6 months. Yet, in an escalating move, founder of the so-called Salafist current in Lebanon, Sheikh al-Shahal, said that the extremist parties are determined to abort the government's decision by calling the armed men to fight as part of what he called self-defense while necessary. Back to our local news, measures to counter poisonous and chemical gases injuries become a priority for the Ministry of Health after some districts had been exposed to them in Khan al-Asal in Aleppo and the eastern Ghouta in Damascus suburbs. In cooperation with the World Health Organization, the Ministry of Health has opened a national workshop on such measures at the Sheraton Hotel in Damascus. The workshop will offer information on how to deal with chemical material and how to handle those affected by them. The Minister of Health, Saad al-Naif, stressed the need to spread health awareness among citizens and generalize the culture of public safety. The lecturer in the workshop, the representative of the World Health Organization, Dr. Fred Jeff, said, "The workshop aimed at training medical cadres and raising people's awareness about the dangers of such material and how to use the relevant antidote." Finally, under the title, The Youth Problems and Concerns in a Changing World, a workshop was held by the Syrian Commission for Family Affairs with the aim of raising awareness among the youth to bring their country out of the crisis.
Concentrating on the role of the youth in taking the society out of the crisis, a workshop was held at the Syrian Commission for Family Affairs with the aim of raising awareness among the young generation. Among the issues discussed during the 4-day workshop were the youth and the effect of the modern media, the psychological impact of the crisis on the society, and the young men and ways of facing religious extremism.
Actually, this workshop has many aims. The aim of this workshop today is to raise the awareness of young generation about how to face this crisis, how to face these difficult circumstances, and these negative effects that happened or that caused because of what happened in Syria, let's say from 2.5 years till now.
والذي سيقوم بعلاج هذه الأزمة وهذه المشكلة.
The ones who will cure us from this crisis are the youth, because they are the main pillars of any reform in this society. Today we talked about extremism, which is being far away from the middle. And we explained the idiom of jihad in Islam, which has 3 degrees. The smaller jihad by carrying arms to defend the country. The bigger jihad, which means efforts to make a living and development, and the great jihad, which is to hold dialogue.
As the youth constitute more than half the society, the participants in the workshop were mostly leaders of the youth union and such organizations who believed in their role in building the society.
The idioms that were common during the crisis were wrong. They link jihad with killing or with nikah. Our intention is to know the real meanings of these idioms and to spread them among the youth.
The workshop also discussed the children's rights and the prohibition of recruiting children in the military, as well as many other issues that relate to the youth.
With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Nariman Qassam, but after a short break.